Practice report, Omaha North. Apologize the first time the audio, something happened. I couldn't tell you what happened there. But, okay, let's just get right to the one effort energy. Really loved Omaha North's effort and energy today at practice. Seemed really focused, little intense, kind of, particularly at the beginning. Linemen were getting after it a little bit, and so, yeah, I really liked the effort and focus. There wasn't any extra kind of talking or messing around type of things. So that was good to see. Let's go with the knowns. We'll start with the defensive line. Tyson Terry returns, the Nebraska commit. He's just a junior. Led the team with 54 tackles last year, had 11 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. Clearly going to be a big piece up front, in particular, on the defensive side of the ball for the Vikings this year. Samarius Henderson, really big body. If he keeps focused and effort and energy and all of those things, he should be really good. 5.5 tackles for loss last year. He's a senior, and he is a monster of a human. Huge. I'm talking 6'6", like 260, something like that. Marquise McIntyre is a sophomore. Really liked him, liked his effort today. Also at practice, I think that three-man front with those three. And there's a couple other guys up front on the defensive line that they can really rotate in and give some time kind of rest or whatnot if Terry has to go both ways for them. Linebacker, love their linebackers, particularly their middle linebackers. Nolan Werner is a senior. He had 46 tackles last year. Beckett Moole is a junior. They both really know the defense inside and out. They look the part. They're a get-off-the-bus linebacker. They're clearly, you look at them and you're like, yep, those guys play linebacker. So they're really good. 3 of the 4 starters back on in the linebacking core. Tyjon Johnson is another name in that mix, I guess, on the outside. And B.J. Lewis, just a sophomore, but we'll get to him a little bit later. Their linebacking core is really nice, and you really like to see that. Quarterback clearly is a strong suit. Sebastian Serco returns as the leader of the offense. I mean, when I say leader of the offense, he's telling receivers what to do, running backs what to do. I think the coaches like him to do it a little bit more, honestly. 1,307 yards passing last year, 16 touchdowns. Would like to see him maybe use his feet a little bit more. To kind of buy some time, and I think he has that in him. He's grown a lot. He's gotten taller, bigger, stronger, matured more, all of those things. So gonna probably not be a problem anymore trying to see over the offensive line or whatever the knocks on him are. Wide receiver is another position group that I liked. I think that's a pretty strong group, even though Trey Brown graduated and he had a team leading 559 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns last year. But they returned. Eli Mitchell is a name in that conversation. Champ Davis is going to be all over the field for North. They're going to use him a bunch of different ways. He looks like a pocket Hercules. Like, can't say enough good things about what Champ Davis looked like at practice today for Omaha North. Titan Glassman was second on the team in receiving last year with 447 yards receiving. And Connor O'Neill had a really good June in 7-on-7 things that I saw him at. I had a really good day at practice today. Catches everything. And is not afraid, not scared. He is. I think he's got a chance to kind of people really start talking about him outside of, just the Omaha North community, if you will. Offensive line, they feel good about. 3 starters returned. DeAndre Harper is a Northwest Missouri State commit. Jordan Vasquez-Shaw is a left guard. Nolan Bartles is going to maybe play center. Matthew Rayner's a name at right tackle. Jacob Peterson is another one in that mix. Connor Cook is a big kid. I'm talking like 6'7", probably pushing 300, something like that. Missed last year due to injury. They're trying to bring him along. They're really working with him. He's kind of that project lineman. If he can solidify the right tackle spot, that certainly will help, because then they can move guys around a little bit more, and Terry won't have to play on the offensive line. But if Tyson Terry plays on the offensive line, he can play guard, he can play tackle, he can play center. They worked him in a little bit at guard and center at practice today, and he told me this is the first time he played offense since practice started. So they're really trying not to have him play both sides because obviously it's a little harder to do in Class A football and up front there in the middle. All right, the unknowns. Running back is definitely an unknown, which is odd for Omaha North. But Tayshawn Porter is gone. He rushed for 1,532 yards last year and 22 touchdowns. There's three guys in the conversation right now: Jerron Cannon, Messiah Strong, and Tariq Marion. All going to get reps, all got reps in practice. All will get some times, particularly in their first couple of games. I think they're going to try and use all three and then see what happens after the first couple of games and maybe settle on one, or maybe they settle on two. Another, I guess, unknown would be corner, I guess, opposite Michael Johnson, who had 53 tackles last year as a junior. He started for them last year. He's a senior this year. Champ Davis is a name to watch maybe there. Wendell, I cannot pronounce his name, but it's Tikalassi. Yep, that's the best shot I got at that. Safety is another strong suit. Nebraska commit Donnie Jones had 2 interceptions last year. Look for him to do a lot more than what he did last year. Obviously, he had a great summer. Titan Glassman's at safety. Eli Mitchell's another name there at safety. Kicker is always a question for Omaha North. Who is going to kick at least extra points? Maybe they just go for 2 all the time, but it's still a question. Not really sure what they're going to do there. They got a couple of guys they're trying out. The one guy they had at kicker today, kicking kickoffs, got it to about the 10, so feel decent about that. But punter is Connor O'Neill. He averaged, I think, just over 35, 36 yards per punt last year. So pretty versatile athlete, I guess, if you look at him. Last but not least, the breakout player. That's B.J. Lewis. Reference him as far as linebackers are concerned. He had 42 tackles last year, 6.5 tackles for loss. He's a sophomore outside linebacker. Doing that with those numbers at Omaha North against the schedule that they play as a freshman is pretty special. They really like them. I know Coach Martin I talked to about BJ today. He loves him. He thinks he's going to have a huge year for them. I do too after watching him just practice today. I think that BJ Lewis is that breakout guy. So all in all, good day at Omaha North. Tough schedule again for the Vikings to start the year in particular, but should be a nice year if everything falls into place for Omaha North.